And welcome back, gamers of every stripe. This is Tamiris here, and I'll be completely honest, I was looking for games that were new to put up and, you know, have a new video showcasing off a new game, but it turns out while I was off live streaming a tournament this weekend, which happened to be when May the 4th happened, this showed back up as a game that you can buy. It's on Steam. I saw it and then decided, you know what? The nostalgia is too strong. I want to remember back in the days of good old ignorant youth. So I gleefully spent $10 to get the very first Star Wars Battlefront, the one that started it all for us. And oh boy, it's just like I remember, except in widescreen. I remember last time we were playing it, we didn't mess with the widescreen because by the time that my brother and I were going to be messing with that, because we were playing the crap out of these games, 2 was already coming out. The first 2, not 2 as in the EA 2, which is, well, a bit of a pile of garbage, if we're completely honest. But, oh, just seeing it in all the widescreen splendor, I just get to remember my youth. I mean, you can play online with the Steam servers, and I think you can get on with the current active community servers as well. Because I did see on a review, one of their number were coming up and saying, "Oh, you guys can come join us. Look forward to playing with the Steam crowd." And I'm like, I never really played first Battlefront with online. I don't even need the online. I can literally just go, you know what, I'm bored. Just pop in, do Galactic Conquest. This is actually the first mission of the campaign for Clone Wars, which starts off with the CIS, which I am absolutely fine with because I still maintain that my favorite Star Wars characters are the battle droids. So I have zero issue with that. About the only issue that I don't like is in all the instant actions and the Galactic Conquest, the basic trooper class for CIS is a B2 super battle droid when I just have fun with the regular old B1. Man, it's just, it just reminds me of days when everything was so simple. It plays simple because it was simple, because we only needed it to be simple. Everything was simpler. God, it was good back then. We didn't even have microtransactions or live services. You just bought the game and there you go. There's a game. Have fun. And they really tried to do that. They really tried to make a game that was gonna be fun. And by God, did they succeed. Nope. Take that, you damn Gungan. Alright. Definitely a bit rusty for Battlefront 1, because it's been many years since I booted that up. But like I said, I'm glad I did. I realize this kind of basically seems like I'm just mailing home video, just really sitting in, putting forth basically no effort. And you know what? Probably. Do I care so much? Not really. Because it's the first Battlefront. I did this purely for me, and I have no qualms with admitting that. God, it's just so simple. You don't even have all your fancy roll stuff and all that. You do have the one control that a lot of games, including the newer Battlefront, seem to just be deciding isn't necessary to have. And that's to go prone! I'm laying in the dirt, you can't see me! I honestly actually felt it was pretty weird. Like, it's kind of funny the way it's going. Because when I first was playing 2, when I went back to play 2, it felt weird that I couldn't go prone. Because there I was just kind of just showing you can do it. So I didn't really have a good reason to be doing it. But there are those times when it actually is significantly beneficial to go prone. Just like in real life when you're, fighting with the shooty bang bang guns. There's times where going prone is a good idea. So, when you are in those situations in a later game, like Battlefront 2, where you want to go prone but can't, because it doesn't have prone, it feels weird. But what I was saying before about the funny thing with it is, Battlefront 1 doesn't have a sprint button. You don't run, you just have your one movement speed. That's what it is. I don't even think it was a variable if you were playing with joysticks on a controller. Not actually sure. I don't think I ever played Battlefront 1 on like a console system where I would use a controller or anything like that. Take that, you stupid bombas! Got the good old click sound of it being a gun. God, I mean, let's be honest, it looks like it's a 2004 game, and I am just playing with the AI. I did boot up just a random game with the AI on hard, and I did lose, so that's definitely good. I didn't get any of the awards. I feel terrible. I did terrible. I did absolutely terrible.
The Royal Naboo Security Force is trying to retake Theed.
Alright, gotta go fight that head movie. Oh, I forgot that! And they put in just regular scenes from the movie's cutscene. How did I forget that? God, this game was so much fucking fun! I'll be honest, I even just enjoyed this loading screen. Oh god, the first time that came up, holy Jesus, did I just get the nostalgia boom. Let's go take the engineer. Oh. I feel like a kid again, if I'm completely real. Which is really good, because my car was being absolutely stupid and stressing me right the fuck out. And still kind of is, so... I just need this simple, just feel like a kid again. The radiation launcher was not a great idea there. I gotta get back in the swing of things before I start messing around with doing that one. You can't go back in first person, but I'll be honest, I kind of prefer third. I mean, there's times where I do like first, mainly when you're like in a tight, close space, but just in general, I just feel more comfortable with third person. There are games I'm noticing that really don't give you the options anymore, where you can choose if you want first or third. Kind of a thing that's... I mean, it's not gone, but it's definitely a thing that wasn't around as much in the modern days as it used to be. I'm not exactly sure what the legal situation is that allowed this to go up on Steam, because, god damn. I'm not dead! I forgot, you can sometimes get the ragdoll and not be dead. I should have remembered that, because in this game I sat there one time in the, what is it? I think it was the T2B. I think that's the little light rebel vehicle that can spawn this feed map. But I had that, and I ended up sitting there just in a panic, just constantly unloading cannon and missile right into Darth Vader's face. Took me about like 3 minutes, but I killed him all by my onesie. Just random rebel pilots killed Darth Vader, Lord of the Sith. And boy did I feel good. Take that, you damn Theedians! Yeah, I guess they'd actually be Nabooians. They're probably not all from Theed. They're part of the Naboo, basically civilian security force, so I'm sure they're taken from all over. They are definitely much more lethal than the Gungans were. God, I'm like dying and not actually doing all that great. I'm technically actually even losing right now. But I just don't care because I'm just having fun. I think I'm hitting the vehicle instead of the dude. Of course, if you're not getting a headshot, if you have double zoom, that means you can't drop with one shot. You can on the Gungans, they have less health. I remember there were times I would just load up that map because if when you're dialed in and you got your senses about you, you can just run around as a droid sniper and just every shot you take is a dead Gungan. You don't even need to worry about trying to use the zoom and be all fancy and shoot them from far away. You can just run around, just keep point blank in the thing. Because it's just as accurate, because that's 2004 shooters for you. It's also just an interesting era for Star Wars games when you think about it, because a lot of the ones that kept coming out, I mean, at the end of the day, the Star Wars games were just a regular game with a Star Wars skin on it. I mean, this is the same era that we got Galactic Battlegrounds, which was just Age of Empires Star Wars. I mean, I still had fun with that game. I really thought it was pretty decent. I know a lot of people have... It wasn't quite as... it wasn't quite as popular or as big of a takeoff as the Battlefront series. But I thought it was just fine. Ooh, getting some stuff. I can't ever remember if the player can actually do the rolls. I legitimately never figured out how to do it if you could. I don't remember how to do it because it's one of those... If it is the thing there, because I think it's just a thing just the AI can do as a kind of help balance it out from them having to fight human players. Even though they are doing perfectly fine right about now. But, yeah, I can't manage to do it. I have a feeling that players can't use it, but I'm sure I'm mistaken. Somebody probably has done it, and they're going to tell me, no, you're just a moron who's bad at video games. Oh, that was great, just spawning up right next to them. I got someone with the radiation launcher. Take that. There we go. I wanted to be up on the balcony. Boop. Yeah, I remember Droid Engineer. That was one that was... It took some getting used to, but it was pretty decent if you figured it out. Because that was back in the days when you didn't have, you know, an auto-aim compensation for something with a drop to it. You yourself had to figure it out, boyo. If you couldn't figure it out, then you basically didn't play the class. Or if you did, you were exclusively in vehicles. Since you come with the repair tools, so you auto-repair vehicles. It's always a good idea to be the engineer class if you're going to get inside vehicles. I mean, really, this game was just flat out just Battlefield, but Star Wars skin. What? Jesus Christ, there's nothing wrong with that, people. You hear me? Nothing wrong with that. It says defeat because I lost the game, but me personally, this is not a defeat. This is being a kid again. I don't know what else I can be saying. It's Star Wars Battlefront. The first one. Still a good one. What more do you want?